Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a speed build. Now, it has been a while since I've recorded a voiceover, and to be honest, it's actually been a while since I've opened up my Sims game. And I think the last few episodes that I've done for my channel, it's actually like the last episode of a particular generation. And this particular speed build is not for any of my existing Let's Play at all. Now, this is for a new Let's Play or a legacy challenge that I have been really excited about, and I've been really excited to officially start it. But as I am actually recording this voiceover, I haven't played with that particular legacy challenge because I've just been really busy at work and also just busy enjoying my hobbies that I haven't really given myself like the stress and the pressure to hurry up and finish off editing this speed build. But this particular build, I actually started this off back in April, and I think it was either March or April, probably around those months, where I found out about this legacy challenge. And if you have seen the thumbnail, it is the Llamas and Legends legacy challenge. You have no idea how excited I am to start this because I am a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, or I guess I was made a fan by Critical Role. I actually do not play it. I don't know how to play it. I think I would have been really interested in learning how to, but I've just been watching Critical Role and they are amazing, and I just love the storytelling. I love everything about it. So then when I actually saw this legacy challenge by Rochella, I have been just non-stop excitement, really. Now, for my Llamas and Legends legacy challenge, so generation 1, I have actually recorded the cast video for my sim, and I have a feeling that I am obviously going to edit that video and post that first before the speed build. But in that, well, I guess my sim, I am taking on the bard, so she is going to be, it is a she. It's a half sim, half elf, and she is going to be the bard. So generation 1 for me will be the bard, and I absolutely loved the idea in this challenge where she is technically, you're supposed to build like a bar. And everyone, I am a huge fan of the book Legends and Lattes, and that is where the idea came from. I know that generation 1, you've got a choice between a bard or like a painter, like an artist, and just the fact that like the idea just popped into my head because the character in Legends and Lattes obviously she owns a cafe. Like she found like an abandoned building and kind of like built it to become what it is now. And to be honest, her home is above the cafe. So that was the original plan for my sim for this legacy challenge. But then I thought, no, I think my sim needs like a bigger cottage. But I had that thought already. I had that idea, and I thought, no, I really want her to be a bard because I can just picture her kind of like owning this tavern that is literally right next to her cottage, and she is going to be performing. So she's not going to be making the drinks, she is going to be performing for the community, and I really love that. And so as soon as I kind of figured out like, nope, I want to do this and I've got this idea, and I thought, okay, Henford and Bagley would be the best location for my sim. And so I decided to actually make her cottage at number 1 Cobble Bottom Street. Now, the last time I was in Hanford and Bagley, it was when I was playing with a legacy challenge, and to be honest, I've actually forgotten what that legacy challenge was, but it was my very, very first legacy challenge, and it was never on YouTube. I think it was more on my Tumblr, so I was really working kind of like on my storytelling back then, taking lots of screenshots and making a story from those screenshots, and really, really loved it. But then I think it just took a long time for me to finish off one generation, and then I think the fact that I was writing a whole lot of stuff, but I absolutely enjoyed it. So I haven't been back since until now, so I'm super, super excited. And basically it's a cottage. It has a 2-bedroom and kind of like 1.5 bathroom. So I wanted to give her a sunroom as well. So I think in my head I was like, okay, so she ended up owning this place, so I'm gonna say that she moved to Hanford on Bagley, so she's not really like a resident here. So she is a new resident basically, and she found this old cottage with probably like an not old tavern, maybe it was like a stable at one point, and she kind of just renovated it. So the front facade of the house is the original cottage, and because it's such a small cottage, I actually didn't have, like, I wanted to give her all of the instruments, because remember, she is a bard, she loves her music, and she didn't really have a whole lot of space in the actual cottage itself. So I thought, okay, maybe because she renovated it, she extended the back, so she's got like a modern extension at the back, and it became her sunroom, and it was the perfect space for her to have her instruments. But the main cottage itself would really just house like the kitchen. I really, really love the kitchen. It's so cozy. I think the whole vibe of this place is just coziness. And she's got her own fireplace. I did give her a TV as well, just so then she's able to kind of chill besides, or she's got that option to use for her to kind of like chill if she doesn't want to work on her music or her knitting. Yes, she does knit as well. And the whole ground floor, it's just coziness for me. Her kitchen is not huge at all, and that's why I really took advantage of the space that I've given her for the sunroom. And I think in my head she's like, you know what, I don't have enough space, but I do have some space here, so I'm gonna have like a mini area dedicated for her baking, because I'm also going to make that apparent. So those are the things that she loves doing. She loves her music, she loves knitting, and she loves baking as well. I think when the businesses and hobbies expansion pack came, in my head I thought, oh, maybe she might be into pottery, but I kind of changed my idea around that. And I think it's because when I was making my sim, for some reason she really pictured me as someone who's, I don't know, I think I'm gonna say cozy multiple times in this video, but she's really giving off that vibe. And I think I was thinking maybe pottery can be for the future generation. So I'm doing the sunroom now, and it is definitely lighter. It has a lighter interior compared to the original cottage, and obviously I've given her a standing piano, and I really love the design that I've chosen, because she is a half elf, and I think I'm just gonna make that apparent. I think for all of my sims for this particular let's play, I'm just gonna say that they're going to inherit the elf ears, because I actually surprisingly have that in my CC. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make her a half elf. And I don't really know what kind of vibe I was going for when I was making her cottage. I do know that obviously it's a bit more, I think, more cozy, more whimsical, but not overly whimsical, if that makes sense. But this whole room I absolutely love. So you've got an area, she's got an area for her music where she can practice singing, practice her guitar. I'm not sure whether I've given her the violin as well, to be honest. If I haven't, it's something that I can just easily give her when I'm properly playing with her already. And I've given her like the mic as well, because she is going to be a great singer. And yeah, she's gonna be performing in her own tavern. And then I've given her, because in the original cottage she did not have space for a dining table, and I thought this is the perfect spot for a dining table. And it is. It's so open, like it's open to light, it's open to nature. But the reason why I say that is because, you know, I'm going to say that she can actually open up the windows. And this is the little kind of like baking area that I was going for. And you can see, like, I was struggling trying to figure out a good layout for the sunroom. And I think because when I was actually putting like the counters, it definitely looked really squashed in this area, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all until obviously I figured out a way on how to make it look a bit more cohesive. Like, it definitely looks like this is an area that is more commonly used by my sim. And yeah, that's what I ended up doing. And I'm pretty sure I made sure that there is a bench space for her to have like her waffle maker as well, because she owns a tavern and technically it's kind of like a bar, but it doesn't really stop her from possibly selling whatever pastries or whatever dessert that she makes in her tavern. So it's her own tavern, she can do whatever she wants, right? But yeah, so I really like this place. It looks lived in. It looks like she is just always here, practicing her music, practicing her knitting and her baking. And I did end up using that particular fridge from the new expansion pack because I thought it looks amazing. And maybe my sim is, I'm gonna say she's traveled a whole lot, but she hasn't really found that place to call home until now, until she is here on Henford and Bagley. So obviously we're on the second floor, and I actually also really struggled in trying to figure out the layout for the second floor. But obviously the bigger room is my sim's room, and again, it is super whimsical. I was playing with a whole lot of colors in her space, and the thing is, everyone, I'm pretty sure, did I have like an inspiration? I think I had an inspiration that I found on Pinterest. I think I probably just really searched up like Cotswold cottages, and I think it's because I haven't built a cottage before. I'm pretty sure this is my first time building one, so it may not have stayed true to real life, I guess, but it's The Sims, and I'm obviously catering for the sim that I've created. But I'm definitely gonna say that she is whimsical, and I really love how her bedroom ended up looking. And it's a long bedroom. It's not necessarily wide, it's more long, but I think I was able to utilize the space well. So obviously I had like the bed in the middle. And to be honest, everyone, I actually went into live mode to make sure that she is actually able to access this bed, because when I was looking at it and when I was positioning this, I'm like, ooh, I feel like this is too squishy for her. And I had a feeling that I'm gonna get one of those where the sim, like, you're asking them to go somewhere and they can't for some reason, even though you know that there's space. So I did play test this particular part, and it does work. Like, she is actually able to sleep in here. And of course, I wanted to give her a desk. I think because she loves to knit, right? And I think that her side hustle, because she is going to be a musician, obviously that's her career, but I think her side hustle would be, actually, now that I think about it, she's got a lot of side hustles: owning a tavern, performing at said tavern, and I would like her to open up like her plopsy shop where she could sell her knitwear, yeah, where she could sell all of her knit stuff. So I wanted to give her her own little space, and obviously I ended up utilizing the nifty knitting stuff pack, which that's been ages. It's been ages since we've actually got that pack, but I used bits and pieces. I also really love the things that we got from the kit packs, like just the decorations here and there, like the clutter. I absolutely love it. And obviously I'm trying to figure out, okay, this kind of fits well for her personality because she is a musician. And then obviously I remembered to use like the board that we got from Nifty Knitting. And again, I thought it really suited this little space for her. And then I think obviously I'm gonna give her like a cabinetry and everything like that. And yeah, I really like it, and I'm just very excited to kind of officially play with my sim. Like I said, I haven't played with any of my sims at all, but I think obviously the first few videos that are going to come out would be the cast video, then the speed build video, and then the 3 episodes for the let's play. And yes, there you go, I'm about to put like the cabinetry, and then I kind of gave her like a dressing. Technically it's like a dressing, it's not a dressing, what's it called? It's not like a vanity. It's not a vanity, but it kind of looks like it, and I made it seem like it is a vanity. And I ended up using the trunks as well because, I don't know, it kind of tells a story, for me anyway. Like, it tells a story that she is this, like, she has been traveling for a long time. And I think back then when she would kind of stay in one place, she didn't really have her own cabinet because it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right that wherever that place may be would be her home, and she's just gotten used to using her trunks as a place to put stuff on. And I wanted to do that, and that for me kind of tells a story. And then I completely forgot that we had like this tarot paintings, and I absolutely loved that picture, and I thought, oh, I think this suits my sim very, very well. She's half elf, and maybe this is some sort of goddess where she originally came from. And I am going to try and remember that I kind of do want this to be reflected in the future generations, and we could tell a story about it as well. And I guess for her, it's the goddess where she came from, and it's the one that she, kind of like reveres at. And of course, if you know me, you know that I love preparing for the next generation. And yes, I do know it's very, very pink, it's very like flowery. And I've told you, I haven't played with my Sims. I don't even know what my generation 2 will be like. But I have obviously created a bedroom for our future generation 2, just because I don't know, like when I'm building something, I kind of like cater for not just for my Sim right there and then, but also for the next generation. So that when the time comes, it's actually all ready for the baby, you know. And it's gonna be exciting. And I don't know how many times I've said that word, but I am just super excited to be playing this legacy challenge, and I think to get back to playing The Sims as well. So and actually everyone, I also didn't show, there is a family bathroom here, and like I said, kind of like just a laundry and a toilet downstairs. It's a small cottage, so I couldn't really fit or I guess I didn't want to fit 2 or 3 bathrooms, and I think that was a challenge. That's a challenge that I kind of given myself. Usually when I do builds, it's a big build, you know. So this is quite nice, just limiting myself to like a small cottage, 2 bedrooms and a bath, or 1.5 bath. And then everyone, this is the tavern. So I'm gonna say, maybe for storyline purposes, that it used to be a stable back then. I can't remember the idea that came into my head when I was building this, but for now I'm gonna say maybe it was a stable back then. And she renovated it to turn into a tavern, and this is going to be the Llamas and Legends Tavern. And I absolutely love it, because I know that, I'm pretty sure in the Legends and Lattes book, that is also the name of the cafe of the main character, and I kind of wanted to pay tribute to that in this particular build. And I actually have not had a chance to properly play the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack, so when I do play the first episode, it's gonna be a relatively new thing for me, and I do hope that it works, because it is on the same lot, and this is going to be my Sims Tavern. And originally I struggled in the layout of this tavern itself. Originally I was thinking of placing the bar there, but then I thought, no, actually this would be a good place to have a stage, and this is where my Sim is going to be performing. Yes, she's the owner, but again, like I said, she is one of the performers in the Llamas and Legends Tavern. And then really struggled in figuring out where to place the bar itself, and I think because I thought that I could kind of change it from residential to a bar, just so then I am 100% sure that I've got all of the requirements that I need for a bar, but it wasn't actually letting me. But I ended up researching it and made sure that I kind of had like the speaker going on, a toilet, and a TV as well. But the whole kind of like layout of this changes, and then you'll see me later on, like I would actually put, I'm about to put it now, like an extension at the front, because I needed a place for the toilets, and it's literally just one toilet, so there's a toilet and a sink, and that's it. But I had so much fun in building this. I think it took a while for me to finish it off, not necessarily because I didn't have any inspiration. I think it's just because I was really busy with work, and I was trying to finish off my knitting as well, and I guess I was prioritizing my knitting over playing The Sims, which is actually fine. I mean, sometimes it's good to take a break, because then I don't want to get bored, you know, like I want to be able to go back to my Sims feeling excited again, and I think I will be even for my other Let's Plays because I haven't played with them for weeks. But yeah, so I had fun in creating this, and I think I did extend this a little bit as well because it just looked really squashy, to the point where I feel like, oh, I don't know whether my Sims would have enough space to actually maneuver. Like, it looks like they would have space, but knowing the Sims, sometimes they can be a bit fussy, you know, where there's literally where you know that they could actually go through, but they're just like, oh no, like, I'm sorry, can't get through, and then you have to kind of go back to build mode again. Now, in saying that, have I player tested this? Nope, not yet. I think usually my player testing comes when I officially play with my Sims and then make my modifications then. But I think as soon as I've made sure that it does work, then I'm gonna put this up in the gallery. And yeah, I really enjoy this, everyone. I think I'm kind of like nearing the end of the actual speed build portion, and I am going to, obviously my usual, it will have screenshots towards the end, so please don't forget to check them out. And I really hope that you have enjoyed this video. I am so glad that I'm back in playing Sims, you know, and providing Sims content in my channel again. I think it's only been 3 weeks, but it seems like it's been a long time, and I can't wait to get back into it. And I guess you will now see 5 Let's Plays in my channel. One was Whimsy Expanded, then Star Sign, then I've got Lucid, then Occult, and then now I've got Llamas and Legends. I have no idea how I'm gonna, or what the kind of like the layout of it would be like in my channel, how I'm gonna go about it, but I think I'm still gonna keep to my 3 episodes, then move on to the next Let's Play. But in regards to how often I do that, maybe usually I do it every other day. Maybe I might just have to like do one whole Let's Play like simultaneously or consecutively, and then have a break in between and then move on to the next one. But we shall see. We'll see how I go. But yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed this. Please watch out till towards the end, because there will be screenshots. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all into the next one. See ya. Bye.